she's my wife and she's my boss.
Hello and welcome to CNN's News of the Absurd. I'm Jarrett Bellini, and this week I thought we'd take a look at some stories that I wasn't quite sure if they were funny, stupid, or mean. So I figured I'd let you decide. And we start with a pizzeria in Lacey, Washington that's saving a whole lot on their heating bill.
When it's really, really cold, like when it's 19 degrees outside, it'll be probably 25 in the store.
She's not breaking any laws, but the owner of this Pizza Time refuses to turn on the heat ever since employees forgot to turn off the furnace at the end of the night.
The ovens create a little bit of heat, but the exhaust fans pull it all out.
So when the said employees started complaining, the owner's husband left a friendly little note on the message board. If you do not want to work here, then quit. Otherwise, shut up and do your job. The next person I hear complaining is off for 2 weeks. We don't have heat. You guys screwed up, not us. If you want to blame someone, look in the mirror. And so things remained frigid.
They know where they work. They don't be in here working. If they can't deal with it, if it's too cold, then there's plenty of other jobs out there.
There aren't, but that's not the point. Because inside the owner's office, it's like wearing a Snuggie in a sauna. Seriously, Snuggies are gonna be funny for decades. Now, speaking of husbands, this next story is about an enterprising man who found a unique way to share, but not really, in his wife's pregnancy.
She works and I'm in school. We couldn't always be together, so I had the idea to be able to feel the kicks from a distance.
It's called the Kickbee, and it's a ridiculously yellow maternity belt that wraps around a woman's stomach. When the baby kicks, sensors feel it and send a text message to dad, which, amazingly, doesn't feel anything at all like being kicked.
The first time we got some kicks and she'd go, ooh, like this, and then all of a sudden it would show up on the phone.
So it says, I kicked mommy at 5:19 p.m. on Thursday, December 18th. So fun.
Yes, fun and hip, because the Kickbee actually utilizes the popular microblogging website Twitter, which not only logs the kick, but also sends a cell phone text message. Oh look, Rick Sanchez just kicked. Finally, we end with the story of a man who was just trying to sell his house any way he could, even if it meant angering a few neighbors.
I thought it was a very desperate measure to go to sell your house, and I think it's kind of like for this neighborhood, it's a little white trashy.
Almost as white trashy as going on the evening news to complain about your neighbor, especially when all this man did was put up a sign. 3,400 square feet, $600,000, helping me get divorced? Priceless.
Desperation. I've been trying to sell the house now for over 2 years. Lost $250,000 in market value. This is the main family room. There's 2 bedrooms and a bath added back there.
And over here is my ex-wife's favorite room, the den, or as I like to call it, the dime store.
I think they're probably more upset about the fact that I'm willing to drop the price on this house to the level that it is and the impact that it has on their property values.
Or it's the sign. Well, that's all for this edition of News of the Absurd. I'm Jarrett Bellini.
Look, Rick Sanchez just kicked again.
Oh my God, he's gonna be a beautiful baby. So anyway, intern, this is how we do News of the... And I'm Jarrett Bellini, and that's all for this edition of News of the Absurd. Intern, this is where you would have picked up the cell phone and done that line.
No, I didn't.
Nugget!